Hey guys, good Sunday evening. It is about 7:30 and it's sunset. Yeah, a bit. Sun is going down at 7:30, so 5 more minutes. Marine 1 is coming in soon, probably within the next 30 to 45 minutes. We're going to be out there, though I think it's going to be pretty dark. Try to get our photo for the wire service. Sunday evening landings are usually pretty quiet. Not a lot of people in attendance, so a little easier for me to get my photo. No Marine on station because, well, he's not here. He's on a plane. Let's go back, dig up our ladder, and make our way over. We don't need a big ladder. In fact, we probably could have got by with a stool today, but I didn't feel like bringing it. Oh. I really need to get a lighter weight ladder. Should like donate this ladder to anyone who needs one. The building's already starting to light up. Pretty quiet crowd. Let's go inside, get our gear out. And we'll come back out here. Oh, they moved the flowers out. Hey. Let's go. And here we go. Thank you. Ooh. And we're running out. No, we're small tonight. Oh, sorry. Oh. And we're up. Okay, another landing. That's the communications director. And is that the Commerce Secretary? Maybe. Thank you. Good morning. It is Monday morning. It's about 10:30. As you saw, Donald Trump arrived last night at the White House. Didn't take any questions, but he spoke on Air Force One. He spoke at the Air Force Base. We knew he wasn't going to really talk to us. Today, pretty quiet day at the White House. Pretty quiet day on Capitol Hill. But we got a fire. We got a fire down here. It's about a half hour ago, so it's probably out by now. Yeah, in fact, I've seen some of the engines that were over there. Actually just drove by. But we're still going to go up, see if we can see anything, and then we'll make our way back through kind of the sketchy part of town. You never know what we're going to see up there. Okay, speed camera, speed camera. We got that one, okay. We are up on New York Avenue in Northeast DC, a neighborhood we know as Ivy City. There was a fire here, a vacant house, had a fire in the basement, just down here a couple blocks. Not sure we're going to see anything, but there is good roast beef in this area, so this might not be a totally wasted trip. And, well, we're not going to get down that main street. We got fire units blocking much of the road. Oh, they're coming out now, looks like. Looks like they're clearing the rescue squad here. This is the issue. It takes me forever to get across the town whenever there's a fire, so we're going to have to turn around. All right, that's not worth covering. The fire trucks are already cleared out. Just a bunch of leftover clearing. Those photos aren't really worth anything. Hey, but while we're up here, let's go down the road a little bit. There's something cool I want to show you. So up here in far northeast DC, almost by the Maryland line, is a park on the right. It's actually run by the Department of Agriculture, if I recall, and it's called the National Arboretum. It is half of a display kind of place, half of a kind of research kind of place, but it has some beautiful stuff in here. Absolutely beautiful, especially in the springtime. So let's pull in to the Arboretum and see what we can see, yeah? Okay, feels good to get rid of the car. We're now on foot and making our way over to the Arboretum. That's the administrative offices over there. I got some water lilies. We're gonna go back down in the back. I think where the bonsai. Oh wow, it smells amazing, just amazing. I mean, like I just got hit by like a massive whiff of flowers. We got helicopters coming up. This is along the Anacostia River, which is one of the helicopter routes in DC. It's got a lot more use lately since the Potomac routes have been shut. National Herb Garden. So this is actually being renovated. That's where all the herbs are kept. Let's go over here. Yeah. National Bonsai Penjing Museum. Let's cut through this place. Flowers. That was a Muscle Flight, U.S. Air Force, 1st Helicopter Squadron. It's a VIP transport service for military guys. So if we walk back in here, we're in a bonsai garden. This was a big donation from Japan and some Americans. Some of these trees are really old. Let's see, like this one here. Douglas fir. Oh, this one's only 2016. That's not old. There's much older ones. White pine. Let's go down inside. There's lots of bees. These are wood bees, though. They don't really bother you. They're just annoying. They don't know how old this tree is. Western hemlock. Where's the big collection? It's back here, I think. That's the Chinese pavilion. And back here's the Japanese, North American pavilion. God, look at all these wood bees. These are annoying, man. So this place has a lot of bees. North American Pavilion. There. 1953 they started that tree. Started pruning it. 1948, 1960. This one is 1967. And this tree over here, 1948. So what does that make that? It's almost like 80 years old, 75 years old. 1988, 1975. Japanese black pine, 1980. These trees are pretty old. I mean, not as old as me, but still pretty impressive. That's 1972, that little one. It's a lot of cutting. Chinese juniper, 1970. 1975. It was pretty cool. 64. Japanese black pine. Olive tree, 1972. 1952. And 1970. Oof. 1964. Some of these they don't know the age. Pretty impressive collection.
It's bigger. It's a little bit.
These are the tropical bonsai. No bees in here. It's too warm. 1974. A buttonwood tree. Look at this one, it's in bloom. 1985 bougainville. '73. Another one in bloom. A fig tree from 1976. Jabal Takea, 1970. These pretty amazing trees, yeah? This is donated by individual people. This is done by the museum staff, 1987. And these are gifts, 1986, a Chinese banyan tree. Donation from a wealthy Chinese businessman. 1906 is when they started that tree. That tree's over 100 years old. Back into the land of bees. '69, a creeping juniper. Pretty cool. I thought there was another section. I'm not sure. Over here, maybe. So if you're bee phobic, yeah, it's going to be a little tricky because there are a lot of these wood bees that go into the wood. They're not the kind that like go after you. They're just big and annoying and scary. Here we go. Japanese white pine. Guess the date, guys. 1879. This tree right here is over 150 years old. 1966, a great year. Woohoo! That's my birth year. 1905, Sergeant Juniper. 1875, Hinoki cypress. 1939, a spruce. Unknown, Sergeant Juniper. 1935. 1926. It's a ginkgo tree. Trident maple, 1895, guys. This tree is 130 years old, more or less. Impressive, impressive. 1959. 1895. 1918. And 1876. Our nation's centennial is when they planted this tree. That's crazy, isn't it? 1925, 1916, 1875, 1926, 1895, 1936. Unknown dates on these trees. These are small. (1906), 1939, a Japanese maple. I like that tree. I always liked that. I was going to put one of those in my yard. A spruce tree, 2001, Japanese yew tree. Jesus. Okay, guys, this tree here, though, is one of the oldest. All right, this tree was planted in 1625. This tree is 400 years old. Well, that tree's really in bloom over there, that purple one. What is that? It's kind of pretty. It's like, oh, I know what that is. They have those in DC. It's not a cherry blossom because the flowers come out of the branches. Hey, you see that? It's like a rosewood. Yes, I do know how to say sorry in Chinese. So it's one of the first words you learn. So I apologize to them for taking their photo. They were like, fine.
$1951.
That's kind of cool. You can walk around here for a long time. There's just trees everywhere. They don't even know the age of these. It's 1961. 1856. (1951), 2004, so it's a new one. Well, 20 years old. 1936. Someone has cared for these trees for centuries in some cases. I mean, that's pretty impressive dedication. Oof.
It's like knotted.
Okay, you know what? Let's get out of this bee fest and go over to something else that's really cool up on a hill just over here to my left. So we're going to walk up this path past all these blooming trees. I think these are more of these tulip trees, Mongolia trees. But our destination is up on that hill. You see that? It's the Parthenon. Well, not really. You see those columns up there? That's the U.S. Capitol. In the renovation of the U.S. Capitol in the 1950s, the columns on the east front, well, they just looked out of place with the new design that was being done. So they were replaced with larger columns, and they brought the old columns out here to the Arboretum. Well, first they had them sitting in a power plant on Capitol Hill in the back corner because they didn't know what to do with them. But eventually, the Arboretum said, hey, send them out here. And now they have this weird tourist attraction of these columns standing in the middle of a park. Let's go up closer, yeah? Okay, so they're under renovation right now. So there's a bit of construction fencing up around them. But up here on the hill are the 18 or 19 columns from the east front of the U.S. Capitol. Now, the stones from that renovation are up in Rock Creek. I've taken you to the Capitol stones before, though they're moving them away because, well, they don't like guys like me going back there and taking pictures of it. Anyway, here's a bit of a relic that's not really a relic in Washington, D.C. What a pretty, pretty day. Let's get something to eat, though. I'll make it a better day. stabbing. We got a stabbing downtown, 11th and F Northwest, which, well, just happens to be right down this street here. So let's go see what the heck this is all about. 11th Ave, that's kind of near Ford's Theater. So we got a stabbing right down here in downtown. Yeah, got a lot of cops here on the right. I think the victim's been transported. I don't know how to look out for the guy. Let's see what we can see. All right, one guy got stabbed. We got a suspect, Hispanic male, white shirt, gray pants, 30s, maybe homeless. Actually, right about in this block where I'm driving right now. There are police cars sort of patrolling, looking for this guy, but I don't think they found him yet. Anyway, let's go on to get some lunch. We had to skip on the roast beef because of this. Kind of a bummer. All right, lunch comes too early. Box alarm. We got a fire on the other side of the Anacostia River. Real bummer. If I'd stayed up at the Arboretum, I'd be there right now. As it is, though, we got like a 20-minute drive to get back to that part of town. We've got a fire showing on the second floor, so let's go see what we can see. All right, they already knocked the fire down. It was pretty quick. All visible fires down. Not going to go all the way across town just to see him clean up again. I am going to go get a burger. Yeah, sometimes we just got to go with an old standby. Burger time. Okay, guys, that's just the morning today. We're gonna go out a little bit later. We got a storm coming in. That's probably why it's so hot. It's like 80-something degrees. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. If I do anything else interesting this afternoon, you'll see it here. If not, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.